Welcome to another episode of the Conscious Reconstruction Podcast. I know, right? We're back. Isn't that crazy? You thought we were never coming back. We left you just in the dark, alone, cold. You know, it puts the lotion on your skin, or it gets the hose. But I'm joined here with Ash.
Nervous Nelly ass nigga. Hey everybody.
Nervous. I don't even know what she's talking about. Charles is no longer with us. He's transitioned.
It sound like he died. It sound like you gave him a eulogy.
Yeah.
He's dead to conscious reconstruction.
You know, sometimes that's what happens.
No, he didn't die.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that he did, but I was definitely going to leave it as vague as possible.
Not dead. He just was like, I'm going to do something else that's not this. All right, Charles, we get you.
No, I was just going to not. I was never going to tell anyone what happened.
He's a nice contribution.
I
appreciate it.
I was going to be like, he transitioned and...
No longer with us? Wait.
He isn't. He's no longer with us. He's transitioned. We appreciate all of the wonderful things that he did. I was going to have a wonderful...
good old time with that one?
Yeah.
You should have told me to be
Turn
quiet.
back around.
Should have told me to be quiet.
You were already in the middle of talking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I was supposed to do. There's not a third person to be speaking.
That's true.
Yeah. So, how are you? How have you been? Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. You ever just be through so many things and you just be like, well, how am I really? Today is okay. You know, it was an okay day.
Okay.
But overall, it's a big ass question mark. Big question mark.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing, I'm not going to say it was a negative. It wasn't positive either. Whatever. I'm here.
All right.
I've come out the other end with whatever the fuck that shit was. And it could still be continuing. That's the worst part. You don't never know when it's going to end.
Well, it seems like she's felt complicated.
How have you been?
Better?
Yeah?
Yeah. Moving into a new space has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
For my mental. Getting that off my plate, not having to really worry about whether it's going to happen or not has been good. The timing of it was off by 2 months, and so that's...
It got like prolonged or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It didn't happen till the end of December, and so I was looking at the end of October. And that would have given me, like, enough time to, like, fully furnish and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, all right, well, you got to get up and running again. You got stuff to do. So, you know.
That's that.
Yeah. I got to sell this fucking AC that I got.
A unit? You got central air in here?
Yeah. So I got to get rid of this wall unit I have.
You should keep that.
I have one at my house, at my other house. Then I have
you got two?
Brand new one that's in a box that I have nothing to do with.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so that one.
I thought you were talking about the old one.
No, my old one, I'm going to keep that one. But this new one that I bought because I thought the old one was broken, but it's not broken. It works. It worked when it wants to. Sometimes it cut off, but I don't understand. I don't be understanding.
No, that's dumb. Keep the new one.
I don't need the new one if I'm sitting right here.
Oh, yeah. I would still keep the new one, get rid of the one that's being wonky.
I can get rid of both of them.
You never know when you're going to need that other stuff, though. I know you guys... Okay, I'm sorry. I never know. But you never know. Like, throwing away AC? Yo, I'd be afraid. I'd be like, I don't know when the fuck I'm going to need this.
If my AC unit is broken, I'm not going to go out and buy a new one. I'm going to have this one fixed.
Yeah, but... It's the Capricorn. It's the Capricorn in me that's always thinking about the what if. What happens if you just get rid of a fucking AC unit?
Yeah, what happens?
If you get rid of it and something happens and then you're gonna be hot. You like being hot. I fucking hate being hot.
I got a fan. I'm gonna have my windows open. it'll be shitty for like.
I guess that's coming from
3
somebody that
days.
literally breaks out. If I get too hot, like if I start getting hot, I itch. So
Go take a cold shower.
Uncomfortable. No.
Why not?
Because you're gonna be hot again. What you mean? You gotta take 17 cold showers. I hate being hot. I don't like it. So that's why I'm just like, ugh, who want to be hot? But you like,
I don't like being hot. Like the humid hot, like y'all have it out here. Dry heat's good, but humidity, no.
Dry heat. I've been to Arizona. It's different because you can wear a hoodie in dry heat, which is weird as
Which
fuck.
is why you always
but
see me in hoodies.
it's still fucking hot.
That's why you're like, why you always wear hoodies? Because where I come from,
I gotta go.
I can wear a hoodie at all times of the year and it not be fucking stifling. Unlike here,
So I've
where I wear a hoodie
experienced
and
that,
it's
but
like
I'm not.
death.
No, I'm
So
not trying
you
to
know
be
that
hot.
it's better.
I don't know. It's not better. It's different. It's the difference.
No, it's better.
No, it's a difference.
You can breathe. You don't feel dirty when you walk outside. Those sound like things that are better about the heat. That this heat does something different. When you walk outside here, you feel nasty. You feel like you need to take a shower.
Okay. But still being hot. All right. If you just take away the nasty feeling, it didn't necessarily make me being hot better. It just made it different.
No. You keep all of the parts of this versus all of the parts of that. Which would you choose?
I choose to not be fucking hot. Ew.
No, if you have to pick one.
If I have to pick one, I guess I choose the dry one.
Exactly, because it's better.
No, it's not better. It's just different.
Oh my god.
I'm still
better.
fucking hot. I'm still suffering. I'm still suffering
it's
because heat.
It's better.
Well,
It is so much better. So much better. But you still haven't finished telling me.
about what?
You said you didn't know how you've been. You've been through so much. So I'm not.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck that feeling was. I don't want to feel it anymore. You ever feel like stagnant and you don't know what the fuck you're doing right or wrong?
Yeah.
And don't nothing move, like nothing's moving no matter what you do. That's
That
what it
was
felt like.
me for the entirety of the last from August
Yeah.
to December when this closed.
Listen.
Because I started the process in August.
Right.
Was supposed to close beginning of October. No, end of October. Got to the day before close. All that fell through.
Mm-hmm.
Then basically had to restart the process all over again. Up until the end of December to get to close.
Yeah.
I just felt so. I was like, all right, everything I'm doing, nothing is progressing, nothing is working. It was really like no movement at all,
Right.
and then a cascade. I swear, it was like, all right, they want you to sign this paper, they want you to sign this. All right, we're closing on this day, and then it was like, all right, you got to furnish your place. You need to start moving your stuff over. You got to get all the things cut on in your name. So, yeah, it's just been a sprint where I wanted some space, like all of November, to be kind of free and do that.
Yeah.
Doing that and then transitioning into school has been interesting, getting a good rhythm down.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm decent right now, but you know.
No, for me it started around August. It was weird, like I don't know how to describe it. Up and down, I guess. It felt like a big pendulum swing, like back and forth. Nothing was really stable, but I had never gone through long lows where I wasn't like consistently making money to where I was comfortable in what how do I say it? I've always been making enough money to where I have everything that I want and needed. Then it kept going kind of up and down.
Okay.
No, we're not just going to pretend.
Okay, so
Recording?
do you think that you are stagnant because of yourself or because of the economy, or Where do you think that came from?
It's probably the economy, and I think I just needed to, because I think the whole process it's like the first 2 months, August and September, I was accustomed to just being like, all right, well, it'll just be a slow month or whatever. You get right back on that pony and we'll just keep going. Nothing was shaking, so I just was like bare minimuming it. Whatever I needed to just kind of get through what we needed versus like wants wasn't happening. And I was hella frustrated with that because, you know, I like to move and do things that the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
And I hate like being like, well, I can't do anything. What do you mean? And it was happening for some months. So, and then with the combination of my mother being sick and helping take care of her during that whole process was tough.
Just a lot of frustration on top of.
Yeah, like what else was I going to do? Obviously, I didn't want my mother to go through that by herself. Yeah. So, and my dad was working. Obviously, he paying the bills for that one. So that was my contribution. And I think I was burnt out because I was mad fatigued and I was saying nothing. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was out. It was nothing I could do to make myself stay awake.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, I was burnt. And I'm like, oh man. And I was just trying to keep going because, you know, I had goals and everything. I mean, I got my whole vision board. I think you saw it. Like I had a whole vision board and I was like gunning for that. Some things got done and some things didn't, but still, especially somebody that's so driven like me, especially when I say I want something and then it don't come, was so frustrating beyond all means. Because then I'm like, well, is it me? Like, what's going on? But I knew I had to review how I was moving. I don't think I could have kept up how I was moving at that pace because I didn't have a fucked up mentality, but it's the mentality that was just going to keep me in a endless circle of always hustling and not really building what I wanted to build. Okay. Yeah, because you get real caught up in like, well, it'll always come back. And I'm not really thinking about it. It's no fucking mystery. I'm not the best saver. I can save short term for things that I know I can get 2 weeks or a month from now, but long term saving, I have no clue what's in my brain about saving for that shit. So don't click. I can't do it. So I had to really force myself out of like really getting really tough about my finances and in life in general. Because I don't think wherever I'm going to next, I can't take that mindset with me. So, yeah, you know, I'm a big believer in spirit kind of sitting your ass down when you need to be sat down. And I had to really get clear about my goals and what I really wanted. Because I don't think I was really clear about that. I don't know if I'm the first person in my family that's technically an entrepreneur, but somebody was saying, like, not to be woo or anything, but they were saying, like, astrological aspects, like cardinal signs. So, what is that? That's Aries and Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. They said Pluto was stuck in Capricorn for, like, years, since like 2008, and they were saying one of those things is like, just like you niggas was like the first in line to break a lot of, we'll call it generational curses for niggas that don't understand. It's like you was the guys who's first in line, so like you had to really get deep about what you wanted, and it's coming to a close in March. I said, oh, that kind of makes sense. I think about it, why things have been tough, not from there, but it makes sense because I had to think about a lot of firsts that I've done in my family that I don't think anybody, at least to my knowledge, had really done. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm thinking, like, why is it so fucking hard to succeed? You know what I mean? Because it just felt like my back was up against the wall. I'm like, I got the plan and I got the drive. What's going on? Now I just think, like, I think it's a bigger purpose to this.
Are things moving better for you?
I would say that I feel less fatigued, and I don't want to say anything because if the shit started back up again and I'm back in the same hole, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't know. I feel okay. I felt better than what I felt.
That's what's important. Yeah. You feel better. Hey,
I feel better.
That's what we're working towards. Hey, I feel better. And that's what it is.
Yeah. Because I don't know what's gonna happen, and especially like, I think I learned not count a chicken for his hatch, but how do you be so sure of yourself and then life be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, maybe I was a little arrogant. Maybe I was a little cocky for no fucking reason. And was like really confident and felt really good. But, you know, maybe that wasn't real. That's what I'm thinking. Like, was that like inflated? Maybe that wasn't. What did they call that time when the pandemic happened and everything was like, it was kind of false? Like everything had to like rebalance itself and that's why everything dropped. They had a name for it.
They probably did, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that's what happened.
For yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, look at you. Look at you. Mm-hmm. Think you cute? And then somebody just stuck out their leg and was like, sit your ass down for a second. Your cute ass. Think you got it? You ain't got shit. Okay.
All right. I can definitely understand that.
Because there's nothing worse than like stagnancy that you don't know how to get out of. Like even the music, like music wasn't hitting for a while. And I hate when I repeat the same shit over and over again. So I just stopped playing it. That shit does not sound, nothing sounded good.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. I knew something was up. I'm like, am I sad and don't know it? It didn't feel like sadness though. I'm really quick with like sadness and resentment. I'm real familiar with those. I don't know what the fuck this was. It's hard to put an emotion to it.
No, I've definitely felt like stagnant and uninterested in everything. Like I said, during the whole last half of the year or last quarter of the year, music was kind of like whatever. It was mostly a chore. Like I look back and I recognize that I could have accomplished this in a much easier fashion. And that's frustrating and enlightening. Frustrating because I recognize certain decisions that I made that I didn't have to make. But then also like enlightening because it's like, well, at the end of the day, you achieve what you wanted to achieve, and now you have the knowledge to not make those same mistakes. But I also have a whole nother house that I need to get rid of.
Yeah.
So there's that as well.
Yeah, I think it helped me like just peer into myself a little bit deeper. Like I said, I don't think I could have. Whatever's next for me, that mindset just was not about to work. And I had to really evaluate. I got a lot deeper into knowing what it is that I really wanted. Really, like, really deep. And like, not that I don't know. Even like with personal relationships, I guess I saw a change because usually, I guess for me it was like so much worry. Now it's not that much worry anymore. It's like I'm not too worried about, you know, who I'm gonna end up with, and this has to look like this, and this has to look like that. It's gotten to the point where now I can admit to myself what it is that I really wanted instead of just dilly-dallying around. And even with my finances, now I'm just like, okay, this is what I really want. And I had to really get rid of a lot of bullshit to get to this real deep understanding of myself.
I guess, yeah, I can definitely identify with that. Like, I'm becoming more comfortable with the idea of maybe I have to maintain a job longer than getting the initial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I did that, and like with this house, like I got the house and I left the job. If I had the job, none of this would be a concern. Like it would be fully furnished right now, and
Right.
so it's just like, well, You're doing the thing that you're more interested and more aligned with personally right now. Or you're trying to be. But while you're trying to be over there, this other thing is hanging over your head. So it's like,
yeah,
what decision would have been the best to make in that regard?
Right. Yeah, I think what you were saying is, how truly are you? Because I'll say it a lot, like, oh yeah, I don't mind being uncomfortable, until you're uncomfortable and you be like,
I don't like being uncomfortable. I know I don't like it. And
I'm like, what's this?
I know I don't like being uncomfortable, but I also am usually the architect of my own uncomfortability.
Yeah.
Which, like, I got a job in 2020 because my goal was to pay off all my debt. And so I did that. And then I left my job. And then my goal in 2021 was to write a book. And then I did that. And then I wanted to buy a house. So I got a job again. And then I bought a house. So I left the job. And I was like, all right, I want to go learn all I can about like app development and computer engineering and everything like that. So now I'm in school for that. But it's also like, maybe if you just held one, not that first one, not that 2021.
Yeah, this last one.
This last one, it might have made this next leg easier, even though I know that two of my goals is I want to write a book and I want to buy another house this year. So I think, well, maybe if you'd have stayed, that might have made that easier. And so is that where you should have been more aligned and focused with? So that's why I said, well, maybe in the second half of the year I'll do that, or even sooner. So just trying to figure out what I really want to do in terms of like, not even what I want to do, how uncomfortable am I willing to be, and how creative can I get while I'm uncomfortable? Because that's a pretty simple solution, but it's not necessarily a solution that gives me all the things that I want.
Yeah.
In the way that I want them. It gives me a lot of them. I don't know if I would be able to do the book, learn more about computer science, buy the house, and work full time, and do all the shows. Now I might be able to do the shows, buy another house, work full time, but then I've just dropped two things, and I like those two things. Those two things are important to me. I want to write a book. I want to get into computer science because there's other like goals that I have that involve that if I don't have the funds to pay for, I need to be able to execute myself. So then I need to learn how to do it. So it's like, well, you can't do it all.
You want to know what I learned this year? Something called like human design. So it's like similar to astrology, but it's different. You put your name and your birth date in or whatever, and according to this man's theory, like everybody came in like waves. So like you got manifestor generators, projectors, and I think reflectors, right? So I got real curious about this shit. I'm like, ooh, what's this? I meant to send you that link actually. I wanted to do it, but I already knew which one you was, so it didn't really matter. But Riley got manifestor generator. Manifestors start shit, they build it up, and then they go leave it for other people to continue on. Generators is like niggas that got unlimited amounts of energy and they can do so many things, but they get burned out because they trying to do so many things and they don't know how to say, well, if this is a hell yes, then it's a no. And then me, I'm the projector, so I have to wait. Like she was saying, like, 'cause she was a projector too, she was saying like projectors have a problem with they call it waiting for the invitation. Like I'll try to tell people what to do and try to handle so many problems without having like people to invite me into the energy to like, hey, I want you to help me. And I was like, Yeah, I guess. And I don't have to work like a generator works. I don't do that very well. I need a lot more rest than like a generator would. And reflectors, I didn't get to them because she said that was like the most rare. And I'm like, oh, ain't got shit to do with me. But learning about that shit was kind of eye-opening because I didn't understand why I be sleep all the time. Like, why do I need that much rest? She was saying projectors don't really need relationships either. Like, it's not nothing like a big requirement. You could be all right by yourself. I'm like, I agree. I like being by myself. I don't have a problem with it. Do I want one? Sure. It's not like this, I have to have a man thing. I ain't never really had to go through that problem. But if you get a chance, check it out. But I already knew what you was when she said it. I was like, this nigga got, and it's weird, it's weirdly freaky, it's really odd. You have to experience this energy, your energy. You have to experience it to understand it. Because it's not like, you think like, oh, he just be darting back and forth. But I'm like, no, he really won't quit unless you say like he has to, or he'll tell himself like, I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, there's like certain requirements.
Yeah,
but it's usually about 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm good to go.
No, it's weird unless you experience it. And then for me, for somebody that's just like, I require a decent amount of rest.
That shit's weird to me. I don't understand why niggas be so sleepy. I be like, but why are you tired? Especially when I work nights and then other niggas work nights and then they require so much more sleep than I do, and I'm just like, why do you sleep all day? Didn't you come home and go to sleep maybe an hour or so after I go to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock, get up at noon, 1, and I'm good to go for the night?
Nope.
What's wrong with you niggas?
No, I think what's wrong with you?
Yeah, passed out. Like, I don't understand.
But see, most people ain't what I am. Like, I'm the second one to the rarest one. Most people are generators or manifesting generators or whatever. That's most of people.
You gotta have some energy.
Yeah, I don't get how y'all just be like, I'm gonna do all the things. I'm like, but why? why do we want to do all the things? What is that? You know, it's cool. Laying down. Yes, that's my jam. What?
No, I want to do all the things at all the times.
No, stop that.
It's all possible.
It is all possible.
So I'm going to do it. Yes, I should.
No, you shouldn't, because clearly
it makes me feel good.
And clearly you have something else looming over your head that you was just like, maybe.
Well, I only feel that way because of this other fucking house.
Yeah.
If I didn't have this other house, then I would be completely comfortable in my decision that I made right now. That's it. And so that's why I'm like, well, do we just be uncomfortable and figure out how to get more creative and remove the issue?
Right.
Or do we leave the issue there and find a Band-Aid to put on it, which is going back to work? Because I can put a Band-Aid on it and not think about it no more, because it'd be fine. And continue on. But then I won't be doing the other things I want to do. So, yeah. I gotta figure out how to get rid of this stupid ass fucking house. But it also taught me not to allow myself to get in my own way.
Yeah.
Where I knew what I wanted. I wanted something that we could move into fully and start, like how lights are on. We have to do nothing. Brought the equipment over. We started the show back up. That's when I wanted the entirety of this time. So then going after something that wasn't that, I shouldn't have done that. It's a bad decision. I made a bad one. Do I regret it? Not really. Because I was happy about it at the time. I was like, oh, I have a house. I celebrated. Yeah. So, can't say I really regret it. Do I recognize that I should have made a better decision? Yes. Very much so. So now here we are.
Here we are with 2 houses.
Yeah.
You're gonna get through it.
Woo-hoo.
You're gonna get through it. You just gotta open yourself up to those possibilities you was talking about. Is this a solution to your problem? You just gotta widen your scope.
Well, I'm definitely looking into some things. There was some avenues I was considering that I might not do. Just because they're just long and arduous and don't necessarily guarantee not even a positive or negative result. They could just result in nothing, and I don't think I have that in me to put a lot of energy and focus and dedication into something and then it not even give me like a negative result. It just be like, yeah, it didn't happen. No, I need you to be catastrophically bad.
Oh, this ain't time for detours is what you're saying.
Or it either has to be terrible or it has to be great. But no, it's not time for me to go look at the flowers real quick.
Right. It's not time for no detours.
Nah, not at all. So
yeah, no, not that, but like this whole time made me realize, like, are you really about that life? Like, are you really comfortable with being uncomfortable? And the answer is I'll never like it or whatever. But
not at all.
So I just needed it. I don't know how else to explain it.
Being comfortable is how you get to your new level. It's generally what shows you the areas that you're deficient in. It's all right, well, now you're in a really uncomfortable situation, and either you can do one of two things. You can either self-reflect and be like, all right, how did I put myself here, and then recognize, all right, these are the areas that I'm deficient in and I need to shore up. Right. Or you can be like, all right, who did this to me, and how do I be upset with them and find a way to either push this off, ignore, or patch it. But I'm not really doing no work to like change the behaviors that I've done to get me here. So once I'm out of this jam, I'm gonna be right back in it because I've changed nothing.
Right. Just today I was like, well, how many hours do you want to work? And I'm ready to like, well, put in as much work as you can. It's like, you can't do that anymore. You just went through this whole, like, I'll call it a rest period where I had to see, like, yo, you can't work the way you was doing. You gotta find a different way. I mean, it was a lot. Like, you hear people talk about all the time, don't rely on one income. What was I actually doing? Relying on one income. What was I actually not doing? Saving for a fucking rainy day. All those things that you just hear people say over and over again in the finance world. I was doing none of that. I was doing none of that. I was just flying high. We're just going. I'm really glad I get to do this. Like, I was buying people, like, not exuberant gifts, but like, I think I spoke about it before. When one of my like childhood exes died, I gave the mom flowers like once a month and would go see her. I mean, dinners and shit. Like, I was just really grateful that I was in the position I was in. I was like, well, I'm just gonna
enjoy life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt so good. I was like, I feel really blessed.
Was it your first time?
What?
Being in that position by yourself?
Yes. Like, without a job? Yes. Like,
that's why.
Yeah,
you fucked nothing.
It was
no, I mean, I felt like that when I was in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to work for anything. Mm-hmm. And I would just get random jobs. And then I realized that, you getting a random job means that you owe in taxes. So I never worked again for the rest of the 5 years I was in school. But yeah, I just, like I said, I traveled. I went down to California to see concerts.
I'm like, everybody eats something.
Yeah, we get stupid food. As fuck. I'm buying lots of weed. Like, I'm just having the most amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
Not saving none of it. Not looking at the fact that, hey, this is a temporary income only while you're in school.
Right.
Part of it is permanent, but the other part that got you up, like yo plus that plus, is it's a nice thing. But once this disappears, what do you have to supplement it?
Right.
Oh, nothing? All right, cool.
Right. So when it was time to really, like, all right, you've burned yourself out, as you literally can't put any more work in but the bare minimum. Like, you really gonna have to survive off of trust and donations or some shit. Like, you just not, there's nothing extra for you to do. And every time I would try, the next, like, I'd be done, like, for days on end. Like, I really could not move. It was so, I think coming here and, like, the regular things that I had to do was just it. Like, it was nothing. And then I realized, like, I'm just gonna be sitting here for a while. Like, I can't push past whatever it is growth that I'm going through. It was no ninja mind fucking myself out of it. It was no bargaining with anything. There was nothing. And I'm
happy we got to take that 2-month break.
Yeah, for sure. Cause you know I'm gonna figure it out, master. But there was nothing to figure out. Just sit your ass down. Just enjoy it, because this is what we're gonna do. Like I said, I'm a big, like, you got a spirit team and everything. They was just like, sit your ass down. Where you going?
So you working on your?
I want to go in there.
Your second income now?
Yes. There's no more. I actually just relied on this one thing. Building multiple things would be so much better.
Yes, it would.
And I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think that you just know it all when you just keep going. But like I said, it was just a combination of, yeah, then the economy was cool, but I literally just could not push myself anymore. There was nothing else more I could do. And it was kind of hard to tell people that, like, I am done. I'm done. No one, I don't know anybody. I didn't have quote unquote mentors. I mean, the people I was hanging out with, like, after my mom got sick, I stopped. And yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It was just like I could never. I think I got a big problem with just isolating myself when I got issues. I don't like reaching out for help or like reaching out for community to just like vent to. I just always feel like it's my thing. So I just stopped, and I didn't feel like going. Like the lady that do my massages, when we started hanging out, and I just stopped because I couldn't like pay her for a massage. And in my brain, I'm like, well, I can't hang around y'all because I'm not really making any extra money, so that makes me feel like shit. So I'm just going not. And then I was the girl that did my hair. She was like, where'd you go? I'm like, well, my mom got sick. I feel like shit. She was like, oh. She's like, we can always hang out. And I was like, we can? I don't be thinking people want to be hanging out with me. That'd be my thing. Like, no, nobody want to hang out with you, Ash. Put on a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like a big thing with isolating. I don't know how to reach out and be like, hey, I don't feel well. But I think that was like a big thing.
And I don't think I really self-isolate. Mm-hmm. I'm comfortable with being alone, but I think that comes from me being the only child, so it's just kind of like
a habit. You think it's a habit more than like, oh.
It's just, I guess, natural. I wouldn't say it's a habit. It's just, for so much of my life, it's been me. Like, I've had friends, or even friends live with me, but that's been like transient. They come and they go. And for the most part, it's just been me and my mom. So it's I'm very good. She's not at the house. I'm doing my own thing.
Right.
So I've always been comfortable. Well, not always, but I guess since it's just like, yeah, probably always, because I never knew anything else where it's like, oh, these people are supposed to be around. I always knew that anybody that was kind of like staying with us was like a temporary thing. Like, my cousins lived with us for a while, and it was like, but y'all should go home. So I was never really like, oh, these people belong here, so I'm like missing people or like things like that, where
right.
I like companionship. I love companionship. I like being around people, but I don't think that I too much self-isolate. I'm alone a lot, but it's because niggas don't be trying to do nothing. But niggas niggas be working a lot. Like, that's the one thing I do notice is, especially when I'm more free and doing like more focus on entrepreneurial things, is my time and other people's time is completely different. And like, I'll fill my day up But usually a lot of my free time is earlier in the day. I'll do writing, I'll do whatever I need to do then. And then depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes like I love going to the gym consistently, so like that's like a real thing for me. So like I want to go every day. I try to go like I like going in the evenings because I have a group, like a whole crew that I go with in the evenings.
Yeah.
But I also like going in the early afternoons because then my rest of my day is free. When I go in the evening, that's usually when my people who work are off and they're like, hey, I want to do stuff. And it's like, well, I've been doing stuff all day. And now it's kind of like, I got to hit this gym and shit like that.
See, that's crazy because when I want to do something, I guess like you have a large network of friends and I don't. So I'm just automatically like, I'm going to do this by myself. Like if it's not something kid oriented I really want to do, I'm usually like, I'll just go by myself because I'm not used to asking people, hey, do you want to hang out? It's something in me that just be like, don't nobody want to hang out with you, Ash. Just go.
Oh, no, should I ask people? They'll say no or yeah, or they're busy. And then I'll go by myself. I go by myself person. Like, yeah. When I was traveling and everything, people at my old job were like, you just go places by yourself? Yes.
Hey, what the fuck am I gonna do? Wait?
I'm not waiting for anybody else to want to potentially maybe do the same thing that I want to do. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I have the means, so I'm doing it. That's pretty much all it is to me. So,
right.
Like I go out to eat by myself. Like if I want to go to a restaurant and I don't need someone else to go. I want to go there. And if no one wants to come, I'll invite people. But if y'all don't want to come, okay. I was going. And I wanted to know if y'all thought it was a cool idea and y'all wanted to come. Not, I want to go, and if y'all would go with me, then we can go. And if y'all don't go, I'm not going.
I don't want none of that.
Yeah, I'll be there.
No one wants to hang out with you. Just do it. All right. This is just me and you, Ash.
No, but you gotta ask people.
I don't want to. It's scary. It's so fucking weird. I was about to throw a party one time in the park and then canceled it like 2 days before it was supposed to happen. So I'm like, somebody was like, no, I can't come. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. No one wants to hang out with me. Fuck it.
So you canceled a party because one person canceled on you.
Yes. That's how bad it is for me. I don't think you understand like how insecure about throwing get-togethers and meeting with people. It's so bad for me. Like I just don't even bother. I'm like, I guess I'm going to the park on this day or whatever. Like if my brother want to come, that's cool. If I want to do something, I just have me in mind. Like I know I'm gonna go see Ant-Man. Oh yeah, she should ask your other, buddies if they want to go. Now they gonna say no. Just go by yourself. You right. I swear to God. I'm like, I'm about to go see Ant-Man. Maybe go if you with your friends. Would be, wouldn't it? You should ask. They don't like you. Just go. It's so bad. I'm not joking. It's so bad.
That's terrible.
I know. It's like, they don't like you. Just go by yourself. Don't nobody want to hang out with you. Oh. Just go by yourself. You'll be fine.
No.
I'm going to be an Ant-Man. I don't hope it's not a whole bunch of people. It's probably going to be a whole bunch of people. Because I be yelling and shit. Like, having whole conversations. I like going to movies by myself. But in my brain, hey, companionship. Don't nobody like you. Fuck me.
Okay.
Yes, I'm telling you, like, it's been something I've had since like childhood. That one is a big one that I'm not working on that one. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I work on a lot of other things, but the isolation thing.
I'm way too arrogant. I find ways to like see compliments and thank yous in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like, I got some like free stuff at Chipotle the other day. I got a double chicken bowl and a little barbacoa on the side. Dude didn't tell him that he gave me no barbacoa or double chicken. Think he was a little sweet on me.
What did you do? Nothing?
I made eye contact. As I was leaving, he looked up and looked at me, and I looked right back. I did. I am going to lean in and assume that I am correct in all instances, regardless of whether I am correct or not. Because on the off chance that I'm right, shit, I'm not blocking my blessing because I want to be stank because this nigga want to give me free food. He ain't say nothing out of pocket to me. I ordered. All he did was not tell somebody something. Thank you.
I'm also gonna make sure I continue this whole blessing too.
Goddamn, I'm not.
These continue. This will happen again.
You was serving people, and you looked up past them straight as I was walking out. Make sure I make eye contact with you. Thank you. I'm gonna nod at you. I'm gonna give you a look. Cause hey, I don't give a fuck.
I see. I don't care what you gonna do. Fuck me? No.
No, you're not. Nothing's gonna happen. And I'm gonna continue to get free Chipotle. It's gonna be a great time.
Okay.
When women do it, I assume the same. I asked this woman if she wanted to go to lunch with me. She said, no, I'm not interested. Okay, whatever. 2 days later, I'm getting a little shake or whatever, a little drink. My head is down. She walked past me.
Yeah.
And make sure to speak to me. Say, hey, how you doing? Wave and smile. Oh, okay. You want to get to know me first. Got it. Heard. You into me. That's all you see how quickly it shifted in my head? It don't take shit for me to think that a motherfucker like me. I need the smallest of window and I'm in that bitch. I'm like, bruh, man. I was hungry. I made me a sandwich. Fuck you talking about? I ain't had no fucking bread nor sandwich meat or fucking sauce at my house. You had the mustard, the fucking lettuce, tomatoes, turkey, and the fucking wheat bread. I'm in here. All you had to do is leave it over the crack. I think that they like me. Excuse me. Let me see if I can fit in there. Do I fit in this? Yeah, I do. I'm here now. Hello.
Just for the fuck of it, you don't even know if you like that person. Just,
no.
I'm here.
No. I don't. I don't know.
Then you find out you don't like them.
I'm also going to figure it out.
Fair.
Because shit, other than that, it's not figuring out shit.
Okay. That's fair, I suppose. I think so.
I also been, I've decided that I adopted this old guy. Can't even call him an old guy. He's an older man. I won't say his name on here, but I like him. Me and him gamble all the time together. He has a son. He talks shit about his son all the time. So I decided that this is my dad. So in my mind, this is my dad figure.
Yep.
We've played basketball. That was a very touchy moment for me because I didn't have a dad. So I was like, wow, this must be what having a dad is like. Because like I'm terrible at basketball and shooting. Like I'm great defensively, getting rebounds, all that.
Yeah.
Shooting the ball though? I don't know why we got to do that. You know.
What is that? We in basketball. Why we gotta shoot it?
There's lots of players that get like 6 points in the entire game, but they're great defensively. Yeah. That would be me. But he was coaching me as we playing. Like we play around the world. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just rebound for you and shit like that. It's like, oh wow, this must be having like a dad is like, where they're like, want you to get better at the sport. This is so touching. You are my old man now.
You like it, right?
Yeah, I did. I said, I like this. You're my old man now. So I've claimed him. It's one of the reasons that I go to the gym later. Okay. Because he works out late at night. So I was like, all right. Because if I go early, but he's a dirty old man also. Gives great life advice, things like that. Talk about like, I also feel like I talked to him about being shy. Yeah. About not talking to women and shit like that. And I feel like I probably would be better at that if I had a dad. Because I would have an example to mimic after. Right. So me and him was talking and he's like, just giving me random pointers. I was like, this is, again, I like things that a dad should be doing. Yeah. That this good old man is doing for me. I like you. You're good people. And we gamble all the time. We've gambled the entire NFL season.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. $20 to $40 a game, and go bet like 3 games every week. We're betting on the Super Bowl right now. So I at least make sure I go up. Like if I'm working out early, I make sure I go up at least once a week, especially during like football, to like go get our bets in, because we got to get these bets in, and that's our thing. And now he's like the sports betting on his phone and shit like that. Like I was telling him about that, and so now he downloaded the ball, got the free bets, and he's talking about getting his son into it. He's like, I'm gonna really just make him download the shit, and then I'm gonna put the money in and be betting, because that's about to be my money. Shit, he's like, I just need a second account, get these free bets. I said, you right. I feel it.
You fucking gambler asking me. Oh, no, I don't want to contribute to that.
He's a gambler. He be at the casino all the time.
Yeah.
He be fucking with the younger ladies. Mm-hmm. He don't care about tricking. Now, Willie got a good conversation, but then he don't want commitment, because he was married before, and his wife passed away. Now, that's the crazy thing. Willie is a horn dog. Mm-hmm. I said his name is crazy. Oh well, such is life. But he super ultra faithful, and like doesn't believe in like cheating and anything like that.
Oh, so when he decides that he wants to, then he's in it.
Well, he was married and was fully committed to that. He's like, that's the Lord.
Yeah.
But now that she's passed away, he had one, and he's like, she tried to move in with me, ain't fucking with it. Not fucking with it at all.
Louis C.K. said the funniest shit. He was like, you got the 2 old couples, right? The nigga died, he go to heaven. The lady died, like, I'm gonna be with Archie now. He was like, in heaven, the angel knock on this nigga's door. He was like, yeah, your wife come up here. I'm like, what? He's like, I got a girlfriend and everything. Nigga, I was the love of your life, not the love of your death.
Yeah. What is you talking about? For real. That is Willie. That's
what just made me think about that. I was the love of your life, not the love of your death.
So this nigga is out here. We was having a funny conversation about some of the ladies or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this nigga always be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have your woman. Well, I'm not worried about you. You need Viagra. You said, shit, you ain't worried, I got a prescription. Oh my God.
Stop it.
Why he bring me 2 pills? I'm serious as shit.
Gave him to you?
Yes. So I'm gonna bring you some. And then when he gave him, don't you be using them to jack off. You only take them when you got you a nice young lady. I said, you're right. I would never just pop this to.
I would never just sit here alone with a hard ass dick for hours.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
crazy.
Weird.
That's weird as fuck.
No dick, just we wash your dishes. Your dick hard. Yeah, Willie, yeah, you didn't have to give me that advice, but I appreciate it. You know? The fuck? You over there petting Kite, your dick hard?
Yeah, no, that's just not working out. No.
You got a nice young lady.
But yeah, no, I feel like these are all things that like your dad would do, and then when he gets older and you're embarrassed by your dad because like, he's doing weird shit. This is Willie.
This nigga ain't got no wife to answer to.
Yeah, no, he's just out here wilding. Got a couple of different cars, comes to the gym every day.
Never talked about tricking and why you so against it. I got my personal beliefs about it, but go ahead.
So it's crazy. I'm against tricking, but I'm for prostitution. Mm-hmm. I believe that someone should buy a prostitute before they trick. Now let me explain. Prostitution, or sex work, I think it's a more polite term, is it's very transactional. You buying something, they're selling something. You looking to get something out of this situation, so are they. And then it's done. There's no like mysticism to it. This tricking shit now. You paying them to pretend to like you? Mm-hmm. No.
Okay.
There's no transaction in that. This is just a continuous payment for you to pretend like you care about me and make me feel good. Until I don't have the money. I'd rather it just be up front. Hey, you don't really care about me, and I honestly don't really care about you, but I'm looking for something, and so are you.
Right.
I have what you're looking for. You have what I'm looking for. Let's meet in the middle and make this work out. This other thing is just like, I'm paying to like be around you, make you feel nice. Now, I'm not against like, if you're fucking with a chick and she fucks with you because she fucks with you, you can buy her whatever you want to buy her. Do your thing.
Right.
But it's just I met a chick and now I'm about to just start spending on you to keep your attention. I don't even want your attention like that. I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not. It's like hardcore chasing, and I'm anti-chasing. Like
hardcore chasing.
Yeah, it's like, I find like a lot of women want you to like double text them or seem like you're pressed to spend time, and that's never really like the bag that I come out of. I'd love to spend time, but I only want to spend time with people that also would love to spend some time with me. If we aren't both trying to spend some time together, that's cool. I could go find someone else who wants to spend time with me if you don't want to. Like, if I ask you to go to lunch, and then I say, hey, you want to go grab something to eat? And your response is yes. And I tell you what time, but also know that you work nights. So hey, hit me when you wake up. If you don't hit me up, I'm assuming you no longer want to do this. I'm not coming to chase you down to take you out. I don't care that much to do the nice thing. Hey, I want to go and take you out somewhere and us and have an enjoyable time together. You don't want that? Cool. That means I should find someone who does want and appreciate that. And so I guess that's what tricking is like for me. It's like that on all right, well, I recognize they don't want these things from me, so I'm going to show them how much money and resource I have to maintain them around in my life. No.
Okay.
No, that's ghetto. I don't even like you that way. Like, I don't like you enough to marry you. I'ma be paying your bills and financing your life like you my wife to make you pretend to like me in the hopes that you eventually do like me. Maybe, I guess, is what the trick. I don't know what the end goal of that is.
Logically, I don't understand that.
Yeah, because after you, like, when you stop paying? When you hope that they start liking you, right? Because if they don't start liking you, you got to keep paying forever until you don't want to no more, until you're done with it, until you don't like them. I guess, sure, that's cool.
I guess. Until you don't like them.
It's like renting a girlfriend, I guess. I don't need companionship that much to trick. Yeah. It's like when women that you engage with come to you with a problem. They're looking for you to solve it. No, if our first engagement is, hey, how you doing? And or most of our engagements are engagement, and you always have an issue and a problem and need resource. That doesn't endear me to you. That makes me look at you as like a bill. You can't handle your own life. So that means I'd have to come in and handle it for you. I don't even know if I like you enough to do that for you. Yeah, so it's just like, if I'm just tricking out here, then what's the difference between what I do for my wife? I'm paying this bitch's rent. I'm facilitating her lifestyle or whatever she want to do. What's the difference between the woman that I decide to marry?
Okay.
Hopefully that one would like me before I started doing all that shit. Yeah, you know.
First she asked. First she was like, "Yeah, sounds like a good idea."
Yeah.
Great.
So you know, that's I guess my biggest issue with tricking. It just feels like, hey, you don't like me for real, and I gotta pay for that.
Well, after listening to all the pimps and shit, I felt this way beforehand, but they put this in perspective for me. So she was talking about how like a lot of terms that we have, all us squares have started to use was not supposed to be meant for us. So for that portion, if a woman asks you for help and you give it to her and you continuously give it to her, to me that's not really tricking because she asked and you gave. So anything that's not transactional outside the prostitution world is just you giving a bitch something she asked for. So that's why I'm like, I can understand the concept of simping, but to me that don't come into terms unless you being disrespected. Like somebody says, hey, I don't like you, and you still trying to pursue them and give them things to get them.
Disrespect doesn't have to come in the verbal form. They are disrespecting you. I don't answer your calls. I don't engage with you unless it's you taking me somewhere, you spending money on me, or you've given me something. The disrespect is implied. I don't need you to be outright disrespectful for me to know that you don't respect me.
Right, and that's where I think simping comes in. All right, this girl clearly don't really fuck with you like that, and you still trying.
Yeah, that's why.
That's that. But giving a bitch a gift or treating her with gentlemanly like chivalry, and like if she needed help, you giving it to her, no matter how much you didn't give her help. That's not what that is to me in my brain. I'm just like, oh, no, somebody asked, or if you wanted to give to her and y'all were still cool, then that's not tricking.
It's different. If, like I said, if she's only cool with you because you can do that, then you simping and you a trick. And I get that in pimp culture, what they consider a trick is the person that is paying the prostitute, right? Because they're tricking the John. But in that sense, it's not a trick because everybody knows what's up and he's getting what he's looking for. And so are y'all.
Oh, he's just
this
a customer.
nigga isn't getting what he's looking for. He wants companionship. He wants you to care about him. You care as long as the money is there. That's a trick. This nigga in a trick bag. You pulling the wool over this nigga's eyes, making him feel good. We had a buddy like that. That me and you felt the way about the person. That's a trick.
After a while, once you start seeing like once you start seeing the obvious and he was like it was clueless, I'm like, that's simping to me. That's simping.
Yeah, but
that's not tricking.
No, you are a simp.
Yeah.
Being a simp is like an adjective for a person. For me, tricking is an action.
Now, tricking to me is like, it implies that like you have like a decent amount of money to even for real do that. I don't know.
No, you don't gotta have a decent amount of money. You can be spending your last and not be paying your shit to be paying hers. Yeah, it don't mean that you gotta have a decent amount. You just gotta be stupid.
Now, she asked and she was giving it at first. Then cool, it's a gift. But after everything transpired and you clearly just don't see or you don't want to see, then yes, now we have entered into the realm of you being a sucker. That's where I'm just like, okay, now your behavior is weird.
Simp.
But before when you just know what's going on,
if you just know something, if you're friends with a woman or you're acquainted with her and y'all are cool, and you know she's going through a situation, I don't think that it makes you a simp or a trick if you just decide to help her out in that.
But that be the blurred lines, right? Like, when we do this shit, like, no. I feel like how are men, men are supposed to know, say if they haven't been at it for a while, how are you supposed to know then? Because what are we teaching boys, like, that, oh, if you take care of a woman, if she asks you and you generally want to do it, that you somehow less than? That'd be my thing. Like, well, I don't think we should teach men that because that's what y'all good at, right? So I'm like,
no, it's not.
Not giving, but like taking care of the woman that you care about. Not.
No, you see how you changed it?
What?
The first instance was just taking care of a woman.
Yeah.
Might not give a fuck about her. The one you just said is taking care of a woman that you care about. Mm-hmm. That's what we should be teaching them. Not to just take care of women that make you feel like they can. They have to have shown that they're of some substance and are equally invested in this, and it don't have to be monetarily, because that's not what we're looking for. But if you're not equally right there with me, then why should I take care of you? You're not my responsibility. You're not my child.
Even if we had to go back to it was just a woman and you just fucking her, you hadn't fucked her yet. What is wrong with doing that? I guess, like, what is wrong with that? I guess
if you want to, when you want to, sure. But should it be expected and have to be a standard?
I don't think it should be expected.
So that's my issue, where it becomes one of those. It's expected. I don't want to do any of these things unless you are doing these things for me. That's when you become a trick. Sure, you can do anything you want for anyone. I don't think that's an issue. I think that if it's now an expectation that, hey, you should take care of women, period, that's an issue for me. No, you shouldn't take care of women, period.
Right.
Do all women make good, sound decisions? Are all women going to be financial drains that don't make decisions that help you further grow you and them? Mm-hmm. Do they follow the directives that you're giving? Are they willing to listen or even have a conversation about them if they don't agree and don't understand, or they're just going to not say anything and just not do it? Because that's much worse. I'd much rather you say, hey, I don't agree or I don't understand, and let's have a conversation about it. Because then we can get to some type of middle ground or understanding. But you just not saying anything and not doing it, now you're undermining me. So no, not everybody's worth taking care of. I think it's discernment.
You're saying you've seen dudes who just be like, I like her, give her things.
Yes.
Cool. As the person that be receiving the things, I like it. I don't want to lose that benefit.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's happened to the point where, like, it's happened once. You had to tell somebody, I don't fucking like you, stop. But I got you something. Okay, I'm gonna take it, but stop. You have to stop talking to me because it's annoying. I don't like you and I don't want you around, so I have to tell you to stop. But you also keep giving me gifts, so now I'm really conflicted. Yo, stop.
I mean, I'm not mad at the woman for receiving the gift or taking the gift. I fully, like I said, I just told you, when people think I'm cute and want to give me free shit, I'm receiving of it, and I have no intention of pursuing whatever desire that you have beyond this free thing. Mm-hmm. So I fully get the opposite end of the spectrum where it's like, oh, I like things. That's nice. Thank you.
This means nothing.
It means nothing in the grand scheme of how I feel about you. But again, thank you. So, no, it's not like a judgment on women. I just think that men are stupid in that regard.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I'm not judging the women for doing it. Like, if you see a motherfucking $50 bill lying on the street, you better pick that motherfucker up. And that's what that nigga looked like, a $50 bill. So let me go ahead and grab that. That looked like a free blank check. Put that in my pocket. Shit. I'm not going to be mad at her for seeing a blank check. You recognize it when you saw it and you use that to your motherfucking advantage. That's how life goes. There's also niggas that out here recognize women and know that the quickest way to a woman is conversation. Because they like to be made to feel good. Boom, I'm going to speak to you. Now you feel amazing. I'm to your pockets and I'm living with you. I'm a homosexual. You got a house? I love you. I got a warm place to stay. Shit. I'm a conversation you to death.
I love you.
And have no real goals, plans, or anything like that, but I'm going to be talking to you. So if we can get that off, I'm not mad at the women getting their shit off. But I am going to talk about you niggas. I am going to talk about you niggas. That is not going to happen. I'm going to talk about you niggas. Because what the fuck is you doing? It got to be some type of, like, little spice to it. If you doing something or you feel like you prioritizing somebody, you at least got to feel some type of, like, equity in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I understand.
I don't think I have anything else.
Neither.
Look at that. This has been the first of many Conscious Reconstruction episodes to come. We are back. Like I told you, like cook crack. We ain't never leave. We just took a little hiatus. Fez was watching, you know. Had to change location.
It's so funny because what's going on over here, and then that Malcolm X picture when he look out the window.
Yeah, man.
Going to my ass for a reason.
This is how life is. I'm prepared.
I see. Funny thing you call on this nigga is that he's prepared.
Hey.
Just always.
I'm not playing with you niggas.
Literally don't take that bitch. He's like that man is just waiting on right on the other side. Just literally just right there.
Yeah.
Just,
you sorted it out.
Don't take nothing. A car beep, where they at?
I said, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I will be ready in case it goes any direction other than the one that I would like it to.
Have you always been that way, or did like the military like exacerbate that?
Always been that way.
Oh, okay.
Mostly gang life.
Oh, okay.
You get jumped enough times, it becomes like a hyper awareness. Like niggas didn't want to see me one-on-one, so it was always bringing people to like jump me, which we can do that as well. Because if I'm not able to get out of here and escape, I'm gonna just put my back to the wall, and until y'all can get me off this wall, I'm gonna just, we're gonna have to go for it.
Okay.
So that now I'm just always like, all right, well, and then I'm also like, yeah, mostly gang culture, things like that. I've had people pull up at my best friend's house and hop out the car and just attack us. Well, attack his sister, and then we had to hop in because like you chicks and niggas ain't about to just like be fighting his sister, so now we all just fighting in the front of the house. So now I'm always just aware, like, oh, you could do it to us at any time. And cause shit, like the people that pulled up and hopped out could have decided not to hop out and just shot us all. I recognize that as well.
I only ask because my father didn't know. I mean, and every time something go off,
I know that added to it.
Gone somewhere. I'm like, could we figure out what happened first? But then again, I'm not the dude, so
yeah, no, that definitely.
I have no fucking clue what goes through your mind when the threat of danger is.
I said, oh well, let me go make sure I'm as dangerous as it might be.
Yeah. Let's see now.
Yeah, I said, all right, I'm gonna meet whatever force with deadly precision, because the alternative is the risk of the lives of me and the people I care about. That ain't an option. So, well, here we are.
Okay.
But yeah, no, the Air Force definitely made it more, because like there's just different things, like gang culture and gang life made it like instinctual for me, but it was never like a thought process. The military gave me more rationale and like training, and like put those instincts to better use and understanding and everything like that. It's like I consistently think about like if there's an active shooter on campus, and like how the best way to handle that is, and how I don't think that most people are willing to do that. If it's like 20 of us, 30 of us in the class, and he runs through one of the doors, bum rush him. All of you at one time. Some of you are going to die. You know it's not going to happen? All of you are going to die.
Right.
So that means y'all are going to get to him and knock him down and stop this. So now you've saved the most amount of lives. Not a lot of people are running towards a nigga that's shooting. Something I learned in the military, though. This is how, if you want to stop this, and you don't have your firearm, then what you need to do is smother. Now you need to get to him, because taking cover, sure, y'all are gonna be hiding until he kills y'all all by yourselves, because y'all don't got no weapons. You can't defend yourselves. So it's either rush him when he's surprised, or wait for death.
I'm not saying anything.
And most people are going to wait for death.
Yeah.
Because running towards death is terrifying.
Didn't I guess I kind of go in a larger scope. Like, what are people willing to die for? Nothing. You're not really. Like, you gotta have that in you to be like, I'm willing to save other people. If that means, like...
See, for me, it's never even about other people. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to save myself. Like, most people aren't willing to save themselves. Most people want to be rescued. Most people... Someone's going to save me. Someone's going to protect me.
Yeah, where's help?
Where's help? Mm-hmm. I might have to be help. And if I got to be my help, then... Alright, well, then now here we are now.
Alright.
But I think that comes with me moving around a lot by myself. Like, just like going to live in different states and things like that. Like, can't nobody really come and help me. So I just got to figure out what situations are worth like escalating. Like, I almost got into a drunken fight randomly in Seattle, all the way down out of somebody else's house in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Do I stay here, let this escalate, fight, or do I just peace out? Let's leave, because I don't know anybody out here, and I don't know these niggas for real. We just all go to school together and are in similar classes for this first semester. And so I'm trying to make buddies. And so, all right, what do? We could turn this motherfucker up. But we willing to take the chance that we gonna have to turn this motherfucker up all the time, because we don't know these niggas.
Right.
They might be willing to turn this motherfucker up too, and I'm willing to take it there. But I don't want to have to watch my back all the time, because you niggas are definitely good friends. I'm the outsider into this. I'm out of here. I don't give a fuck about this situation enough to need to turn it up. You're drunk and you ain't disrespecting me. You just drunk and wild. And I know that's about to lead to a fight, because you already being aggressive with your two homies. And it's only going to go somewhere else. And that's me. So, since I'm not super drunk, I'm going to just exit. So now it's good evaluation, because now before, my instinct would have been like, oh, niggas is playing. Mm-hmm. Well, let's play. Because in the gang culture, it's not situation evaluation, it's reaction. Oh, this is happening now. You knew it was coming, so I'm prepared. It ain't surprised me, and so now I'm reacting and I'm taking it all the way there. That's not necessary all the time, so just discernment of that too. So that's good. But yeah, like this, the whole reason, like, I didn't go downstairs and call her. There ain't no reason for that. But if I hear something like a door move, I'm also not going to ask any questions, because there ain't no reason for that either. None of my doors should move. Everybody that's been invited here is in my house. Anybody that got a key is on the other side of town. So, why are you in my house?
Right.
Yeah, so. But yeah, no, we were ending the show, and then I don't know how we got there.
You started talking.
Because you asked me something. Don't blame me.
Yeah, that was you.
But this has been Conscious Reconstruction. Like, subscribe, share. There's going to be video coming soon. Oh, yeah.